That sure good, ain't it?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first rendition of the Good and Terrible Show. I am Travis.
And I'm Mickey.
And we are going to give you some funny stuff today. And welcome to the only show that's going to talk about all the things you need to know and give you the good.
Oh, the terrible.
I need a new co-host already. I can't work in these conditions. Manager, somebody get this chick out of here. That's why her edge is all bad.
Oh, damn. I'm working on it. So, what's our topic today?
The topic today, for the very first episode of Good and Terrible.
How long have we been setting this up? Let's tell them how long.
Like a month.
No, I mean like tonight.
Oh yeah, like a month.
Chipotle.
We done had Chipotle. Hey, listen, this is how both of us fat. We was like, before we start filming,
We gotta eat.
we gonna get us some Chipotle.
I didn't finish my bowl. FYI.
Well, that's because she
I had
spent
half
3
a
hours
bowl.
doing her makeup in the
It
bathroom.
was like 45 minutes.
She tried to get all glammed up for y'all. She ugly on a regular basis. Don't worry.
Hey, I'm working on it. That's my slogan. I'm
Hey,
working on it.
listen, the camera can work wonders, but it ain't magical. So,
Oh, damn.
the topic today is a game of either or. We're going to play a nice little game of either or for y'all. Y'all should know how this game work. I say one thing, I say another thing. We got to choose between which one. I'm going to ask her a question. She's going to ask me a question. We're going to justify our answers. If we agree, we're going to agree. If we don't agree, she's probably going to be wrong anyway. But we're going to talk about it and get back to y'all. And I hope you enjoy this nice little video. You ready to get started?
Yes.
All right.
Finally. What's number one?
Number one is the classic age-old debate
Yes.
for every hip-hop head in the building. Tupac Shakur, Tupac Shakur, or Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, Big Papa, Baby Baby. Oh.
What you have to do the
Oh.
So like high cholesterol. Are you going first or am I going first?
I'm going to ask you. I asked you. I'm going to ask you, Tupac or Biggie Smalls?
I would say, because I'm a huge Biggie fan, but I'm also a huge Pac fan, I have to say Biggie. But I love them equally. But I listened to more Biggie growing up than I did Pac. And it wasn't on purpose. It was on accident because I wasn't allowed to listen to... I didn't have the explicit tapes and CDs. If you guys know what CDs are, if not, just Google it. These little silver things that we used to have that you had to put in a big book and carry it around.
No shade for the younger kids.
No shade. It's just give you background.
If you're too young, don't even watch this show. We don't need you around.
I feel like Tupac didn't get as much radio play. Well, I would say kind of both because I heard a lot of I feel like I heard more Biggie than I heard Tupac. But Tupac, you heard singles like I heard Do for Love and I Get Around, but then you had Biggie was like featured, I feel like, more, but I don't know if it was like an East Coast thing as well too, because we both grew up on the East Coast, so maybe they were purposely playing more Biggie than Pop during that time. So I don't know, but I would say Biggie. What would you say, sir?
Well, being that I was made in the 90s, I am partial to both.
Just like the shirt.
What do you know?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
That was so whack.
You know what? Being from the 90s, being a huge hip hop fan myself,
Where were you
I
born
do
at?
love both. Where was I born at?
Yes, that's
I was
relevant to
born
this.
in the greatest city on earth, greatest city in the United States of America. That would be the one and only New York City. Shout out to the other New York City born people. With that in mind, I am a New York fan, but I'm also a realist. And I do love Tupac. He is definitely in my top 10. Some days I feel like I might even put him in my top 5. But I got to agree with you. I'm also go with Biggie Smalls. I feel like I did connect with his music a little bit better. Mm-hmm. I feel like he is the complete package when it comes to hip-hop artists. He gave you everything from versatility, lyricism, wordplay, vocabulary, storytelling, the way his flow. He had a unbeatable flow. The way he would ride the beat, it's just untouchable. Yeah, whatever she said, I didn't hear it, but I hope y'all did.
I was whispering. So I'll do the second one. So, red or blue Doritos?
Red or blue Doritos? Oh man, that's enough.
Should we say the flavors too? What's the red flavor?
For those that live under a rock, blue is Cool Ranch, red is nacho cheese, and both I love because I'm fat. So I love everything that has to do with food.
That's not the PC term.
Well, it's gonna be PC today.
It's not. You just say heavier.
I'm not gonna offend myself. So I'm fat.
You are. You're offending me by telling yourself that you're fat.
Well, that's your problem. That sounds like a personal issue. You need some issues, then here's some tissues. So we'll have
Touche.
Touche, juicy, smooth, yay. I think I'm gonna have to go, as much as I love the red, I'm gonna have to go with the blue myself. I am a Cool Ranch fiend. You put them in front of me, they gonna get 8. They gonna get 8.
They gonna get 8.
They gonna
college graduate
get 8.
said they're what?
DEYGUN.
They gonna get
GT. The number 8.
Put the number 8 in the sequence with letters. They're like they gonna get
8.
I would say red. Nacho cheese was the first flavor I remember taste. You ever have a food memory about stuff?
I have lots of food memories about stuff.
It sounds so plump. I won't say that. That sounds real plump. But I have food memories, and I don't know if you remember the 4 cheese Doritos.
Oh yes. Yes.
Those was bomb.
That was one of the first flavors when they came out, when the new ones.
Yes.
Because the red and blue were the originals.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started expanding upon the rest of the colors.
I don't know. It was some other ones, but I vividly remember the 4 cheese. 4 cheese bag was like a pumpkin orange color.
Yeah.
And that's I think.
Is it orange or yellow?
Yeah, it was kind of like it was bright, but it was like the coating of the Dorito. It was like nacho cheese, but like 3 more because it's 4 cheese. It was heaven. And like, you know how you get the dust on your fingers with the 4 cheese? Like, you didn't even need to eat like 5, literally like 2 of them, and it was just like.
So pause for the cause real quick. So I'm still stuck on the fact that she said they was like nacho cheese, but with 3 more cheese.
Because it's 4 cheeses.
This girl really just came back with 1 + 3 equal 4 cheese.
Back to basics. I'm breaking it down.
Never mind what the other cheeses were. She ain't gonna name the cheese.
Because I don't know them.
She just gonna name 3 cheese. Because whatever they was 3 and they was cheese. So
the 5th flow. But yeah, the 4 cheese Doritos, I would say then was like I would put them above, but they don't make 4 cheese anymore. Which I don't know why. We should probably like write Doritos like, hey, can you
why don't they make them?
I don't know why they did. I think it was like I wouldn't say seasonal, but
because they still got the blue ones with like the buffalo ranch wings or whatever they was.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They still got the purple bag, the sweet and sour, whatever it is.
Sweet chili.
Sweet chili. You know what I'm saying?
It's my current favorite. Sweet chili right now.
Sweet and sour, sweet chili. It was something sweet.
They should make sweet and sour Doritos.
You know what? I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Write that down.
You know what? Everything that they make, write that down. WDD, write that down. Whatever flavor Doritos makes, they always do a good job, and I sincerely appreciate it from the bottom of my gut. And yeah, so I think we got a good consensus there.
Yeah.
But did you actually, you know what? You talked a lot about 4 cheese, but you never really addressed if you want the red or the blue. You added other flavors.
I thought I said.
I don't think you did.
I got caught up. I got infatuated. So the red, I love food. The red was my favorite. I don't know. It's like Cool Ranch. I have to be kind of in the mood for. Like Cool Ranch is like, I want a little Cool Ranch. Nacho cheese, no matter what I'm eating, or I mix foods. I'm weird like that. I mix foods up. So I could be eating peanut butter jelly.
I mix food too. Why don't we take this on a tangent? So we just went there with you took it there. What's the weirdest combination of food
We're gonna do this in the
together?
first episode.
Because I'm gonna make fun of you.
Y'all don't judge me. It's so weird. Cereal and chips. We're done with this. First episode and show's canceled.
had to take a walk, y'all.
The reason being because I like sweet and salty.
I don't think there's a reason.
There is a reason. And for people to say, like, oh, you pregnant? No, this is like totally like, I'm just weird. I think the way I tried it was...
You pregnant?
No, and I wasn't. I started doing it when I was younger, so I definitely wasn't then.
We don't know what you was doing.
Anyway, it was like an accident. Like, it was like a happy accident. I think I had like maybe like 2 or 3 chips left, popped in my mouth, and then I was like, man, I want some cereal. Went downstairs and I was like, huh, these don't taste bad, like chasing each other. So
they didn't.
It didn't.
You sure?
Recently, so I love Raisin Bran's, one of my favorite cereals. I had Raisin Bran's awesome. It's healthy and it's good for you. There's a lot of sugar in it though. Excuse me, but I had Raisin Bran and Cheetos. I don't mix them in the same bowl, but like I'll eat some Cheetos, take a couple scoops of Raisin Bran, then have a sip of water, like get them to do like this, and then
what the hell is that?
That in your stomach when you eat the food, like it like shimmies down.
So what we're not about to do is do the whole Napoleon Dynamite joint in here.
No, the spirit fingers. These. No, yeah, that's probably the weirdest thing. That's not the weirdest probably, but that's one of like the top.
That sounds like I don't know how you can
There's other things.
Oh wow. You know what? We might this is another day. This is another episode.
WDD.
We're gonna have to talk about this after the camera go off.
Write that down.
Write that down. Oh shoot, I don't even know.
Don't
WDD.
So the next one, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Martin?
This is a good one right here. And you know what? I'm gonna catch a lot of flack on this one. I already know you're about to come for me, but I don't care. I want all the smoke. Comment whatever the hell you want. Don't make me roast you.
Don't put my name.
Don't. You know what? Matter of fact, don't even try me. But
don't come. I told you come for me.
Don't even try. I'm gonna hold it like this.
But don't come.
What? So, you know what? This is another '90s question right here because we're both pretty much '90s kids. You know.
I'm not a '90s kid.
Well, you know,
I am a '90s kid. I was born in '88. So technically,
she old.
I'm on the cusp. I am old. I'm seasoned.
She's 8-track.
Marinated.
She's Walkman old.
And what does marinated taste like? Amazing.
Nigga, what?
Anything that's marinated tastes better. Marinate your ribs for 2 days.
I think it might depend
and then season
on what you marinate
tonight and then see which one tastes better.
You can marinate it in the wrong sauce. See, that's the problem y'all 80s kids got. Y'all marinated, but you ain't got the right sauce. You just marinated in some whack sauce.
Nah.
And it's not going to taste good.
I am speaking from, I know what I'm doing when I'm marinated.
We got all the sauce. Too much sauce.
I don't know about that. 88 and 90 are close enough together that we were 90s children. I'll take that. Because at 2 years old, I didn't know I was, it's like I didn't know I was in the 80s. I remember more 90s stuff, like 90s movies. But then again, Coming to America came out in 88, but I didn't see it until I was like maybe 7, 8, I think. That I remember it.
Okay. To answer your question. I'm going to personally choose Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I know all y'all love Martin now because all the reruns come on all the time and y'all want to act like... But you know what? My problem sometimes... and I love Martin, don't get me wrong, before anybody come and try to...
No, they come.
Comment me. I do love Martin. I watch Martin all the time. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But the thing that I have against Martin
not have against,
but like the only reason why I take Martin down a couple notches is because I feel like sometimes they do a lot of overacting in the movie. I mean, not in the movie, in the TV show, and I feel like sometimes it comes across as a little corny. Like they trying too hard to be funny.
Describe an episode or
you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times when, especially with like physical comedy, like if when he was doing like when every time he played like his mother or he played like Dragonfly Jones or even like Shanae, you know what I mean? Like that he had a lot of really funny moments, but I feel like sometimes he like the episode in like the courtroom. You know what I'm saying?
Which one? The one where Martin got the ticket or the one when I think someone took Martin to court. It was two. Yeah. It was traffic court and the other one, He got a
I think when he was in like an accident or something like
the
that.
accident one.
Yeah. I think
no,
it was
that
one.
was.
He was doing a lot of like dancing and jumping around the courtroom.
That was
and
the
stuff like that.
that was the traffic ticket.
Okay, the
one,
traffic ticket one.
I believe. No, it wasn't. Mark Curry was sorry. No, I know Martin up and down. The episode I'm thinking of.
Do you?
Yes. So remember Tommy hit Shanae's Benz?
Yeah.
Mark Curry was Shanae's lawyer. Remember?
Oh, okay.
But Martin was in that episode, but he wasn't like. The scene you're talking about was from traffic court because he was like jumping around.
Yeah.
And he ended up losing the case.
Sometimes I feel like he just do a little bit too much. Like I feel like if he toned it down just a little bit, he could get the same point across, and it would be just as funny as opposed to taking it a little bit over the edge where it's just like, all right, it's kind of corny at this point.
And see, I'm the opposite. I think I've never looked at Martin and said he's overacting. I've always said like it's just the perfect amount. But even it's not a hard choice for me because Martin's like my favorite TV show. Fresh Prince is still hilarious. Fresh Prince has good content. It had life lessons, just like Martin does. Like they both serve their purpose. And as like a '90s staple, I wouldn't if you said, well, you can't have like to say you gotta take one away. We would lose a lot of like cultural things. If we took away Fresh Prince, we would lose a lot of cultural things. If we took away Martin, like styles, you know what I mean? Like even from their clothes, from the music they listen to, from current events that were going on. So both of them serve.
Fresh Prince made Jordans popular.
But Martin wore Jordans too.
Fresh Prince came out first.
True. But the other thing with Martin, same thing on Living Single. Somebody had brought this up in another something I saw on YouTube that back in the 90s, a lot of TV shows would wear the HBCU apparel, and I believe it was Queen Latifah, don't quote me, it might have been Martin as well too. They said it was almost like, I don't think it was not necessarily intentionally done, because like I was watching Martin the other day, he was wearing I think it was Gina was wearing like a Hampton sweatshirt. Martin wore Morgan State. You know, Martin's from Maryland. Martin had a Morgan State sweatshirt. Other people wore stuff. But in Living Single, they always had some type of HBCU on. And same thing with the Cosby Show. It was almost...
I was about to say, that's who started it.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like almost... I hate to say plugging, because I'm sure they weren't like, oh, we're going to plug this. But it was showing pride in like, oh, like you're seeing Howard, you're seeing Morgan State.
It was subliminal messaging.
Right, but it was positive subliminal messaging. And I think both of those shows did that in a good way. I love Will Smith, but Martin, I can watch Fresh Prince now and maybe like 2-3 episodes. If something else is on, I'll turn it off. If Martin is on, there's nothing else on. Like I will rewatch. If it's, BT, they'll show 10 episodes in a row. I'm gluing it. I'm half asleep and I'm like...
I was half asleep with that answer. So this is the point. This is why our show's called Good and Terrible, because my choice was real good and her choice was real terrible.
In the next episode, guess what you're going to do? All right, I'll let you do the next one.
All right, the next one here on this list is we going to do... this is a good one right here. This is real close to home for me. We're going to do Michael Jackson or Prince. Since you are born in the 80s. A little bit still before your time. But we're going to talk about the prime of the 80s. The 80s was mostly about these two artists right here. Obviously, some additional ones. You had, Whitney and whoever else. Lionel Richie was big. Madonna was big. But these two artists right here really defined that decade.
Like top tier.
Top tier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, to you, Michael Jackson or Prince?
I love both of them. But I have to say Michael Jackson. My mom told me a story that I think I was like 2 or 3. She said, I don't know what song it was. I have to ask her. She said I was in my crib and I just started dancing and it was a Michael Jackson song. And she said anytime she played Michael Jackson, I would dance. I don't remember ever listening to Prince other than like the radio. Other thing with Prince is, no diss to Prince at all, but a lot of his music was sexually driven, so a lot of stuff wasn't really appropriate for a child to listen to, I would say. So that's probably why, like, you didn't hear a lot of Prince on the radio. Do you remember hearing Prince on the radio in the 90s?
I did,
like
actually.
Heavy. I mean, like heavy rotation, like Michael Jackson. You heard him.
Well, I mean,
it
depends on the song too, because I mean, like not so you have like different radio stations, right? Like
Right.
I think nowadays the radio kind of jumbles everything up together like on one station.
Right, back
But
in the
back
day.
then you had, you know, like a pop station, you had like a
Yep.
hip hop station, you had like an adult
Yeah, like cool
contemporary
jazz.
cool jazz. You had all different types of stations.
Right.
And I think depending on which station you were on, you could have heard more Michael Jackson or more Prince. But I mean, I definitely agree. I do love Prince, and I feel like I got more into Prince as I got older, and I appreciated his artistry more. I mean,
Yeah, me too.
Dude played like every instrument you can think of, and he had amazing music, of course. But to me, there's no artist, period, that's above Michael Jackson, dead or alive. And I think people forget to realize that, like, at one point in time during his lifetime, Michael Jackson actually was the most famous person in the world. Like, he was more famous than the president of the United States.
Oh yeah, because people that other countries that didn't speak English knew Michael Jackson songs,
and he would sell out in countries that didn't even primarily speak English.
Right.
Like, he would go to the middle of Africa or the middle of Asia, or and just sell out in every single country, and that's something that, you know, this dude broke records that I don't think are ever gonna be broken.
Yeah. And even like in Prince's defense, not to say that he couldn't do the same thing, but again, his music, I don't feel like not all of his songs are sexual, not all of his songs are, you know, he had different pinpoints, but someone may find Prince more racy as far as like his shows. Like, I don't know if you remember, like, he had like the pants with the booty cheeks out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, his shows, I believe my mom told me she had went to at least one. She's like, his shows were off, you know, his shows were dope, but it was racy. It was kind of like, you know, Michael is more mainstream. Like, you could bring your kids to a Michael Jackson concert. I don't think I'd take my kid to, like, an 8-year-old to a Prince concert.
Prince is the only nigga in the world that could steal your chick wearing pants with his booty cheeks out. Like, that's... And mascara. This nigga wear platform heels and go like this to your girl and just steal it. Like, he didn't even have to say nothing. He'd be like...
He's like, oh, what? With that one little curl right here in the front.
With the one little curl in the front. My man had a raspberry beret. My man was out here shopping in the girls section, and girls did not care.
He was like...
The original Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Like all the Migos blouses, Prince had Prince had that plus that too.
She said the Migos blouses.
They were, I mean, they're nice, but they look very frilly.
Shouts out to Quavo and Offset. And
they're nice. I like them. You need a little...
Well, you know, I mean...
It makes you feel regal when you wear certain textures and materials.
Anybody that's married to Cardi B clearly got something going on in their mind anyway. So we just gonna skip over that real quick. Let's do this one right here. Let's take that's a good transition.
Which one's going last?
Oh, man.
Let's do the last one. We gotta pick.
You know what? Let's we'll go back. We'll switch. We'll do. Let's do this. We'll do that one last.
This.
Wait, where is it? Right there. This one right here.
This one?
Yeah, we'll do that one last because that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I think it's a good transition when we kind of switch from artists of the past. We'll do artists of the present now.
Okay.
And now we're gonna switch. We did the men. Now show a little something for the ladies here. So
yes,
what we're gonna do is we're gonna transition to now Beyonce, the Queen Bee, versus Bad Girl Riri and Rihanna. Who's gonna be your pick for that?
I love both of them very much, but I would have to say Beyonce. And
why you whispering?
Because I feel bad for choosing. And I said I want to choose. Yeah, it's like the Fresh Prince versus Martin. Like, right. We need both of them. I need my Fenty. I'm wearing it right now. I need my Fenty. I need Beyonce. And they both to the culture, especially when I say the culture, I mean our culture, melanin people. To the culture, they both mean so much. But as two very strong and proud black women, I feel like picking one is like, oh, I have to pick. But I would say Beyonce. And the reason why, her career, of course, she's been in the business longer than Rihanna has, but she's gone from being in a group to transition to a smaller group to then going solo. And her career has gone up and up and up and up and up. I watched I don't know if you guys saw her Coachella performance. I've never been to a Beyonce concert, and I just so happened to watch the performance on YouTube live. It was like 5 a.m. in Cali, and like, are they 3 hours ahead of us?
3 hours behind.
3 hours behind, I mean. Yeah, so it was late. I stayed up till the sun came up and watched it. I was in here like, this is the best. Like, it was like watching somebody create sliced bread. I was like, I was watching this at home. Imagine being present at that concert. And I will admit, I do not listen to Beyonce. Like, I'm not like a diehard like Beyonce fan as far as music. My ears are kind of weird, so like lovey dovey songs, I'm like, I have to be in the mood. But
she's a nigga.
I listen to a plethora of things, but most of the time I'm not listening to like lovey dovey R&B. 90s R&B, yes, but like, I don't know.
Oh, we gonna get into that.
We are gonna get into that.
That's for another episode because we gonna have a few choice words for that.
We are. But yeah, I would definitely say Beyonce. And no shade to Rihanna, but Beyonce, I feel like the same thing with Michael Jackson. He can sell out, she can go anywhere. Not to say Rihanna can't go anywhere, but I've seen, Beyonce was on the run. It was on the run 1 and 2, right? Were they both world tours, or was that just the U.S.?
I think they're U.S. tours.
Okay, I was gonna say
I did go to the first On the Run tour, by the way. So actually,
How did you like
to a
it?
Beyonce concert. I loved it because I'm a big, not only Jay-Z fan. I'm a big Jay-Z fan. I'm also a Beyonce fan as well. So I appreciate both of their music, and I was like, I'll just check off both these things on my bucket list
at one time for one fee.
Them tickets was mad expensive.
How much are your tickets?
For one of them tickets, I think just one was like $220 or something like that.
$220?
Yeah,
where were you sitting?
we wasn't even that close. We was somewhere near the middle.
Oh,
we wasn't even.
But
close.
You guys were on the floor.
No, it was in the stadium. It was in Baltimore in the M&T Bank Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
We wasn't even on the floor. Yeah, we was a good distance back. Them joints was expensive. I can only imagine what they paid in front.
Oh, front row was probably like $1,000, if not more.
I mean,
but it was worth it.
Listen, in terms of artistry, in terms of music, in terms of impact, it's tough for me to put anybody over Beyonce right now where we at, in this era of music.
Currently,
and Rihanna's had some good hits. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like some of Rihanna's older music as opposed to some of the more recent albums that she's had.
Yeah. Which we're still waiting on that one that she said
she was
gonna. She's not gonna. I don't think she's gonna. I won't say I don't think she's gonna do more music, but I think she's. She has the makeup. She has the lingerie.
I mean, they all got. I mean, Beyonce got.
But it seems like she enjoyed. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of tell. Like she's not unless she's taking her time, which I think is right. Sometimes artists just throw out stuff just to throw it out. Either she's really working on it or she's really focused on what she's doing now.
Could be, but I definitely would. You know what? I people gonna hate me for this, but I really don't think Rihanna can sing. I don't think she's a good singer. I'm
not a good judge of that, only because I don't listen to like when I say singy, I mean like I'm never like, oh, let me put on some. It's like mood. Most of my moods are like not necessarily turn up mood. I don't know. My playlists are weird. Like I can listen to Luther Vandross, and then like the next track is like Project Pat. It's very, it's very weird. It's very weird.
Bald head, scallywag. All right. We getting on topic. Oh, this is a good one. We gonna talk. All right. So we talked about Beyonce, Rihanna.
Right.
This one's a little bit older. For the '90s kids. Why don't we talk about two of the legendary female artists?
That one.
Yeah, that one. Why don't we talk about the late great Whitney Houston and the legendary Mariah Carey? Why don't we talk about them two for a second? What you got for that?
I would have to say Whitney. Again, no shade to Mariah, but and the other thing is too, I don't know if you believe this. I feel like when people pass away, unfortunately, they get more recognition, more clout. People kind of treasure them more after they pass. And
that's fair.
Not to say we didn't love Whitney when she was here, but you know, she got a lot of scrutiny for things outside of music. So I feel like her image was kind of, you know, tarnished. Like people didn't really bring her up when she was going through, you know, her situations with her sobriety. So I feel like after she passed, everybody was like, "Oh, Whitney, Whitney, Whitney." But it was like, I was calling her a crackhead when she was alive, which I don't think is right. You know, because
let's be real though, she was a crackhead.
she was, but I'm saying as far as like she's a person, we all have our vices. Hers just happened to be that. But with that being said, Mariah is still holding her own now. Like, what's the Christmas track? And I'm sorry,
For Christmas
I cannot stand that song. I cannot stand it. I do not like that
some
song.
feelings with
I'm
that.
sorry, I do not like it.
Hurt some feelings.
It's, and the thing when I say I don't like it, I don't care for it. Like if it comes on, I'm skipping. I'm skipping the track.
I don't mind the song. I just hate when people play it before Thanksgiving.
It's played so much to the point where it makes you hate it. Like you ever hear a song so much, you're like, oh my god, turn that off. That's how I am with that. So I say Whitney.
I love Mariah Carey. Don't get me wrong.
I
love Mariah Carey.
Why
I'm a big fan of Mariah Carey. She's got hits for days. One of the few artists these days that I can actually say has hits for days, because I feel like that term is overused.
Oh, very.
You know,
She's
not
legend.
everybody actually has hits for days. Mariah Carey got hits for days.
Mm-hmm.
She's got hits from the 90s. She's got hits from the 2000s. She's even got some hits from the 2010s now. So, her career has spanned a long time, and I love her. But Whitney.
Here goes the with all that being
said, Miss Whitney Houston is untouched. She is the greatest female singer of all time, in my opinion.
Over Aretha Franklin?
Over Aretha Franklin. I love Aretha Franklin, but Whitney can do some things that Aretha could not do.
Okay.
Case closed. Whitney Houston. Next topic.
Are we doing the last one now?
We can do the last one, yeah.
Okay. I will. Do you want me to present or do you want to present?
You can present. I feel like I've talked a lot.
Yeah, he does that. Some people like the sound of that. No, I'm joking. Ranch. Oh, please. So this is a family show. Ranch or blue cheese? And should we say what it goes on, or is it just for? Are we saying like chicken wings? Because people say, well, what on what? Chicken wings.
Chicken wings. First of all the chicken wing fans out here. First of all, Team Drums. We're gonna specify that real quick. All y'all all flats people can turn the station right now. Forget y'all.
I don't understand like, I had a conversation with somebody, and the all flats debate was with the flats. You only have to like, it's like you pop the bone out, and then you suck the meat off. I'm like, no, the drumstick is easier.
Yeah,
you're just twirling, baby. You stick it in, and you just,
the drumstick is less work.
Like corn on the cob.
It's more meat.
Yeah,
it's better for dipping.
You got a whole like.
You don't. Like you can use one hand for the drums. I feel like you got to use two when you get into the flats. Like
with the drumstick, you can text. I can text, and then.
I'm fat and I like to multitask, so I can definitely text and eat at the same time.
You got like straw on your lip, drumstick in the right hand, the phone in the left.
Listen, I can have like a little dipping joint right here. Just, let me see what's up.
You're like, yeah, grandma, I'm gonna get that sugar for you later. Like what?
Who texting their grandma?
People text their grandma.
First of all, R.I.P. to my grandma. But
mine too.
But yeah, on chicken wings, we gonna ranch or blue cheese. And this is where we're going to get a little bit heated. And I know y'all probably going to have a lot to say in them comments too. But I'm going ranch, and I don't care what any of y'all say, because ranch is where it's at.
Is it?
Cheese ain't even meant to be blue.
Let me do my lean.
Cheese is white and yellow, and yet y'all want to eat cheese that's blue. Like, no, nigga. Nick. It's ranch or nothing. Don't put no blue cheese on my plate. I don't want to eat wings. It ain't got no ranch. I mean, I'll eat the wings plain. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But don't you put no blue cheese on my plate.
So blue cheese touches your plate. Like, let's say your waitress brings out your plate of wings, and she has 2 cups, and the blue cheese accidentally spills on the plate. Are you done with the whole plate?
Does she want a tip?
Damn.
Does she? What? Do you want a tip? Don't put no blue cheese on my plate, nigga.
That was like 4 niggas in like 1 sentence.
And I got.
It's a family show, sir. You're offended. It's not
We can bleep all that out later.
oh, you see, it's like explicit. I'm a blue.
Most of y'all black probably anyway.
I'm a blue. Don't assume that. We love our people, but everyone is welcome.
Hi, white people.
Everyone is welcome. How y'all doing? I love blue cheese. I'm not ashamed to say I love blue cheese. Blue cheese. I like the chunks in the blue. This gonna sound weird. I like the chunks in the blue cheese. It's something about. Look at his face. It's something about. I'm gonna show y'all an example with my lip gloss. When you take the drumstick, right, and you dunk it in, you get the little crumble on there, and you just, boy. I had Wingstop last Friday. I had blue cheese. I had a drumstick, and the meat was like literally like just strong, like a whole just like that, right? Took the drum. Yeah, like I don't have the good.
That's the arm you cook mac and cheese with, right?
I don't have it yet. I don't have enough fold. Like I need it needs to be like I can't make the potato salad until I get like I can't be trusted with the mac and cheese until my arm is like out there.
You gotta start off with like collard greens first,
right?
And see where you go from there.
You make the fruit salad, and then you like work your way up. So
fruit salad.
You can cut up the fruit.
Fruit salad ain't even Thanksgiving. That's like cookout.
It's better than you just bring plates, baby. It's like, oh, so I can't cook, huh?
I'll bring the Doritos.
You just blue or red.
Red bag.
Yes. Blue. I love blue cheese. I put blue cheese. Now, this is the thing. I also love ranch. I sometimes get both. So, but my first choice is always blue cheese.
You can't drive on both sides of the street.
I'm giving people the synopsis of what I'm saying.
They don't know what synopsis means.
They can look up. We're gonna look up synopsis later on today.
We're gonna learn y'all today.
We're gonna learn you.
Get learnt.
L-E-R-N-T. Yeah, blue cheese, man. It's my fave. It's my sticking to it. It's my story.
See? And this has been a rendition of good and terrible. Because she just out here choosing cheese that's blue.
It's good.
With crumbled chunks on a chicken wing.
Excellent. Look, let me show y'all. I'm gonna get some wings. We
can sit here and eat some wings, though. We can do a whole episode.
Nobody wants to hear a smack on the mic like. All you see is red and blue bag Doritos, just like
13,000 people gonna get up like, where y'all get that wings from?
We doing what is it? ASMR? The ones with like they purposely smack when they're eating. You know what I'm talking about? Like
I know. Hey, I heard Cardi B fall asleep to that.
Really?
I heard she plays that. I heard she plays all them weird noises, ASMR, whatever they're called. I heard she purposely plays all them weird noises to go to sleep.
I'm sorry, I think I'm saying it wrong. I think it's mukbang or mukbang. That's when they eat and do it. But the ASMR, I guess, is
the
like
sound effects.
The sound effects, right? People like whisper and stuff. The weird thing is, I like watching it, but I don't like hearing people whisper in like that little voice. It's almost like
they had a big commercial that did that.
Yes, with Zoe Kravitz.
Was it Zoe Kravitz?
It was Zoe Kravitz.
Kravitz fine as hell.
She's beautiful. I believe it was Zoe Kravitz, and it's like it's almost like I just want like raise your voice. Like it's just it makes the hairs on your neck stand up. I don't know.
The hairs on her neck stand. Speaking of hairs on your neck, don't mind me, y'all. No Shave November got me looking like Anthony Hamilton out here. So you're going to have to excuse me. I promise in December I'm going to look better. But shouts out to all the rest of the ugly niggas out here. Team Ugly. Till we die.
That's not.
And this is going to be... I think this is going to wrap this up for today.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
This has been a rendition of...
Good and Terrible.
Good and Terrible.
Ba-da-ba.